United fans are kind of boxing themselves a little bit by insisting on playing a particular type of football. Your team has been struggling. The people behind the scenes have not even set a proper environment for a culture at a club to be developed. And you're talking about you're trying to force managers to play in a certain way. It's just like, guys, you are talking about graduating with a PhD when you don't have a certain.
I think we've lost him. Yeah, I can allow him to continue when he comes back. So I've asked ChatGPT. I've asked this question: what is the United way? I've asked ChatGPT, what is the United way? When did it start? Because it's one of the questions that was asked on TikTok. I'm trying to get who asked that question. It's Fowler, big up Fowler. Fowler has asked, who started the United way? Is it before Sir Alex or during Sir Alex era? So this is what ChatGPT says. I've just asked it a very simple question. What is the United way? When did it start? So the phrase United way, this is now the response from ChatGPT. The phrase the United way refers to the footballing identity historically associated with Manchester United. It is not an official doctrine written anywhere. Rather, it evolved from the club's traditions, coaching philosophies, and supporter expectations over the decades. Okay? So the origins of the United way started with Busby, the Busby era, that is late 1940s to 1969. And it was established after the Munich disaster, the Munich air disaster in 1958. So the philosophy, the key principles of the United way philosophy is, number one, youth development, attacking football, trust in youth, and club identity. So youth development basically build the first team from the academy players rather than only buying established stars. Attacking football, quick passing, wide play, forward thinking, attacking mentality, trusting in young players. Busby regularly started teenagers in major matches. And then club identity is the players should entertain and attack rather than play purely defensive football. So Sir Alex Ferguson came on, that is 1986 to 2013. And ChatGPT says the philosophy was revived and modernized by Sir Alex Ferguson. So he revived it and modernized it. So the same youth integration, for example, class of 92, attacking mentality, United teams often played wingers and multiple attackers. Never say die attitude. Never say die attitude. That is famous comebacks such as the 1999 UEFA Champions League final and entertaining football. That is fast transition with end goals. So United Talks podcasts. From the look of things, it seems that the only difference between the two is never say die attitude and entertaining football. And to me, the United way then, it means playing youth players and constantly attacking while entertaining. That is the United way.
Yeah. So, okay. You just I'm trying to kind of bring myself down so I don't get annoyed, because Sir Matt Busby actually established the belief that the club had an obligation to entertain the working class, that's to entertain the working class people of Manchester, emphasizing flair and artistry. So Alex Ferguson reinforced these values over 26 years, combining attacking intent with tactical flexibility and unyielding demand for high standards. I mean, you asked ChatGPT. I just quickly Googled it because we've done this before. And I Googled it and I used the AI mode to kind of break it down, because it will get like different takes, right, from different contents and stuff. Football has moved on. That's the truth. Whether we like it or not. They say reinforce the values. That's values. So the United way is all about values. combining attacking intent with tactical flexibility and unyielding demand for high standards. It reminds me of a certain manager who demanded high standards from players, and if you don't meet the standards, you're off the team.
Yeah.
Every team you play under, if you've played football before or soccer, wherever you call it, every team you play before, you play under, you demand the high standards are demanded of you. I started playing football as a right wing forward. And then as you grow older, you start to evolve your game. And I went to right back and then to center back and then now central defensive midfield, right? You demand high standards of yourself every time. I'm looking at Mohamza's comments and he says, simply put by ChatGPT, attack, attack, attack. What does attack, attack, attack mean? Because against Newcastle, we did attack, 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 and they counter-attacked us and scored. So now the burning question with regard, because he says winning. So I mean, we did this when I said it says attacking football, youth development, like you mentioned, winning mentality. That's a relentless pursuit of victory, characterized by resilience and never say die attitude. This epitomized by Fergie time, where the team is expected to fight for a result until the final whistle. That is the United way. But I mean, there are other teams in the Premier League that are fighting for results until the final whistle. Does that mean that they're playing the United way? There are other teams that are embedding youth development into their team. Does that mean they're actually playing the United way? There are other teams that play attacking football. They praise he says youth, courage, success. That's the United motto, not the United way. Let's get some knowledge in. It's the United motto. Sir Alex Ferguson emphasized on tactical flexibility. We tried tactical flexibility against Newcastle. We failed. So where does it come from? Where does the United way come from? It's from Sam Busby, entertaining the people of Manchester. So, like you said, you've kind of answered the question. It is not written anywhere that this is the philosophy of Man United. Football has evolved. We are interested in a manager like Luis Enrique. Do you know where Luis Enrique came from? Barcelona. Luis Enrique does not play 4-2-3-1. No. He plays 4-3-3. And in his 4-3-3 system, you need a player like Vitinha, a deep line playmaker who can dictate the game without actually having so much defensive reliance. He does all the dictating. Then you have your Ruiz and your João Neves on either side of him. Ruiz is attacking. João Neves is more of the defensive. But you know where João Neves plays? Right central midfield. Vitinha does all the work. That was the Vitinha of years ago at Wolves that could not play in the Premier League. So, in this Man United team, say we get an Enrique now. Is Enrique coming to play the United way? And in this Man United team, who is the dictator of our play? Because I'm going to trigger some Man United fans right now. Who is going to dictate play from deep, hold the ball, pass the ball, and still be able to score? Because Vitinha is scoring.
True.
So it's a big issue. It's a big conversation that we need to sometimes we need to tell ourselves the truth, right? We need to tell ourselves, and yes, Enrique is really the best option, but is he a United manager? That's my question. If you can tell me he's a United manager and prove to me and show me where it is listed, bro, let me give you a bit of history. Just a bit, recent history. Omar Berrada came from Barcelona. He has his work experience from Barcelona. This guy, Jason Wilcox, came from Man City, right? Then we have a Christopher Vevell, recruitment director from RB Leipzig, Red Bull Group, right? And then these are the guys that will determine for us how we play as Manchester United. Then there's a big problem because
they are still hiring guys from City. You remember this week they've hired another guy from City.
From City. Do you know that in 2011, 2012, right? In fact, 2008 to 2010, Manchester City copied the Barcelona model and brought it to Man City. Man City copied the Barcelona model and brought it to Man City, and we're recruiting the people from Barcelona to replicate what Barcelona was doing right, building the academy, building a world-class stadium, and then they got the Barcelona people. Chiki Begristan, Omar Berrada at the time, even Pep. And now we have got some of their guys, and we are trying to build a united way, make it make sense. Make like the guys that are clamoring for the United way. Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Roy Keane. In fact, Roy Keane wasn't even a United player. He was from Nottingham Forest. The class of 92 should come and show us what that United way is, because they are the most recent.
True. Now, let me pull in Casey reacts on this. When United were playing Lyon last season in the Europa League final, did they play the United way, or was it the Amorim way? Because it was a comeback, they were attacking, they were scoring. So was Amorim playing the United way when United played Lyon last season?
I think we should just make away with that United way. You understand? Because
answer the question, brother. Answer the question.
When we win,
it's a simple yes or no. Come on, Casey.
I don't know, because when we win, this is the United way. Do you know that we only talk about United way when we win? Like we talk about United way when we win. When we lose, we say, this manager did not play the United way.
But he played the youth. Come on, Casey. Let's read the notes. He played the youth in that game. I'll pull the lineup. He played the youth. He was attacking, quick passing, wide play, forward thinking.
It was a comeback.
And there was a comeback. Ferguson, under Ferguson, there was a never say die attitude. And it was entertaining football. I mean, youth integration was there. Attacking mentality was there in that game. Never say die attitude was in that game. And you are entertained. You remember the commentators shouting about Harry Maguire's goal, and one of them saying, I knew that Maguire would score. So was he playing the Amorim way or the United way?
That is the United way, and Amorim should have stuck to that. He should have continued doing that.
Hyper transitional football.
He should have continued doing that. He didn't do that. Then he started doing the Amorim way. He left what he was doing against Lyon, the United way. Then he started doing the Amorim way. You know, that's why we sacked him. That's why he was sacked. You understand? You know, that's why he was sacked. He left what he was supposed to do, the United way against Lyon. Then he started doing the Amorim way. And we all saw the way he went.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Fred, now let me ask Fred.
You're trying to set me up.
You're struggling.
I think Fred will answer the same way I answered, but let's go.
Come on, Fred. Let me unmute Fred. Fred, unmute yourself now. Was United playing the United way in that Lyon game?
Lord Jesus. We are playing the Amorim way. Or we are playing the players' way. Like I said, I don't know about this United way. It's all just, for lack of better words, it's just, I don't know, it's rubbish. Because let me bring something to light now. Have we taken time to notice that anytime we concede a goal, it seems like the players have a certain type of energy that they want to use and start scoring back. They want to equalize. Immediately we concede. But when we've not conceded, there is no energy. They are not willing to try. Or even if they are trying, they are playing it safe. They are trying to be safe and cautious and everything. But once that goal is conceded at the back of our net and we are losing, the United way comes to life. So it's not really about the United way. It's just what is happening. I don't know about it, honestly. It's just what it is. There's no United way, in my opinion.
Okay. Now, Chipmunk says it wasn't the United way. They were struggling and the fans were angry. Now, let me read the points again about the United way so that we are on the same page. Number 1, attacking football, youth promotion, entertainment, mental resilience, and long-term team building. That's in a nutshell. Attacking football, youth promotion, entertainment, mental resilience, and long-term building. Let me just leave that comment there. Now, looking at the lineup, guys, it was Onana, Mazraoui, Maguire, Yoro youth. Dalo, Ugarte, Casemiro, Dogu youth. Garnacho, academy graduate youth. Hoyland youth. Bruno Fernandes. Comeback win. Entertaining football. Mental resilience. You're muted. You're muted, United Talk. Sorry.
The only academy graduate in that United way mentality or youth promotion and all of that was Garnacho. And Garnacho was technically not an academy graduate because he signed him from Atletico Madrid for £800,000.
Come on, he's an academy graduate. Okay, so youth. It doesn't say necessarily from the academy. It says
youth. Unless that.
Youth. So there were 3 youth players in that team. Garnacho, Dogu, Yoro. Okay. And we can say Hoyland as well because he was 23 then.
He was 21 then.
21, yes. So out of the 11, 4 of them are youth players. United came from behind, scored. United entertained. There was mental resilience to get the comeback. So what if guys are saying, if for example, it wasn't the United way, they were struggling and the fans were angry, and we've listed them and highlighted examples. So guys in the comment section, what exactly is the United way?
Somebody
That's
said,
a big question.
Somebody said ChatGPT simply put it. That's Mo said ChatGPT simply put it as attack. What does attack mean?
Yes, let me bring that back.
What does attack mean? That's like you said, better explained by ChatGPT. Attack means what? That's my question. Because I can go on to defend the United way, and I can still go and debate against the United way. What does attack mean? So we played the youth because we didn't have. Please,
but it is the United way. It is the United way to play youth. It is the United way to play youth.
So Ayama, I think your question has been answered. He said Ayama is asking, during Ruben Amorim, did we play the United way?
So this is so I refined my prompt, right, when I was Googling just to answer that question. Yeah. I asked, I said, was Man United way being played against Lyon? Right? Was the Man United way being played against Lyon in the Europa League? And the Google AI thing could not give me an answer. You know what it did? It just explained the match for me. First leg, the teams drew 2-2 at the stadium, Groupama Stadium, where Joshua Zirkzee and Ryan Cherki scored late goals. Then second leg, historic encounter at Old Trafford. United won 5-4 after extra time. Right? 2-0 win, 2-0 lead. I mean, why are we dropping leads? That's the question. We were 2-0 up. Manuel Ugarte, Diogo Dalot should have finished off the game, didn't need to go to extra time. Lyon fought back to lead 4-2 at extra time, despite being down to 10 men. After, I mean, that sounds very familiar. After Corentin Tolisso was sent off, then the comeback happened when 3 goals were scored in extra time. Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo, and Harry Maguire to secure the win.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm asked this question is because of the significance of this match. Amorim famously compared the comeback to United's legendary 1999 Champions League final win, noting that he watched the documentary for inspiration before the match. This victory sent United through semi-finals to face Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah.
It's just a comparison. It's not really.
Yeah. So Mo is very, very triggered about Amorim. We are actually not talking about Amorim. We are just using Amorim as an example of
That's why I gave 4-1. I said I'm going to trigger a lot of Man United fans, but let's keep it going.
So at this point, I think this United way thing is like triggering people. Stop talking about Amorim. He was crap and he was sacked. Talk about the current. We are going to talk about the current. We are going to talk about the current. We are going to talk about the current. But before we talk about the current, one of the names that has been mentioned as the next manager is Luis Enrique. So I've also done a quick prompt about this is what I've asked ChatGPT. Luis Enrique's style of play versus the United way. So now I've stopped talking. We are not going to mention Amorim again. It's triggering people. So let's talk about Luis Enrique and versus the United way. I've seen a lot of chats on TikTok here saying that he should be the next manager. And United Talks has asked a very important question. Is he a Manchester United manager? And one of the comments says from Fola, Enrique is not a Manchester United manager type, but he is a good manager though. Keep that in mind as I'm reading this. Core characteristics of Luis Enrique's style of play: structured possession, high ball retention, short passing triangles, players occupy defined zones to create passing lanes. Positional discipline, high pressing, wide attackers, tactical control. The United way, fast attacking transition, wingers and width, youth development, high tempo mentality. So you look at how Enrique plays, he wants tactical control, wide attackers, high pressing, positional discipline, and structured possession. So when Enrique comes and starts playing high ball retention with short passing and players playing across defined zones, are United fans going to start saying that he's not playing the United way? Fred, that's to you.
Obviously, they are going to say that. I'm not among them, but that is going to be the order of the day. But do you know one funny thing here? I think would I say post Alex Ferguson, when Pep started ruling over EPL, most Manchester United fans were praying and hoping for Manchester United to be playing the same exact photocopy of Manchester United and Manchester City style of football. We wanted to play like Pep's team and dominate games and win games. Now that Ten Hag was not able to execute that, we are suddenly going back to the Manchester United way and the DNA. It's just funny. Do we want to win or do we want the DNA? Let's just decide which one we want. But if Luis Enrique comes, I am very certain that there are many fans that are going to end up complaining and saying, this is not the United we want to watch. We want that fast attacking football. We want the ball to keep on going up. We want you to play Bruno Fernandes over the youth players that are in the team. We want this certain player to play. We want Mainu to play. We want this and that. Everybody is going to complain. But again, my eyes are peeled. I'm waiting for Enrique to come so that I'll hear the next gist. There's always an agenda as long as it's Manchester United.
True. KC, when I was looking at Luis Enrique's characteristics, I can't see anything to do with youth development. So what happens? What happens now to the academy? I can't see anything to do with youth development. I've been doing a couple of prompts. So
okay,
what happens now?
Like I think United Talks said something like that with awesome. Football has progressed beyond a lot of. It's not the way it is back then that it is right now. You understand? If you want, and he has proven himself at PSG. He won them the Champions League. They gave him money. He bought players. He won them the Champions League. PSG, we are not thinking about. Do you think PSG don't want to use their youth or something? Nobody was talking about academy, this academy, that. Now, the problem, I'm going to digress a bit. The fans should just chill. If our board go for Enrique, so that we don't repeat the mistake of Amorim. If our board go for Enrique, that means you want to play the kind of football that Enrique plays. So everybody should forget about the United way. If If Enrique is playing 5 at the back, leave him like that, or don't sign him. That's what I'm. So you guys should be ready for it now. You guys should be ready for it now.
You're hurting a lot of people, Casey. You're hurting
no, you can't just go and say you can't get a top coach that has a way of playing and come and tell him to adjust and come and play what's United way. You understand? If you can, it's better we sign Ole or we sign Carrick. If you want a club that will if we're going for this guy, look at what he plays with, and he will play that in Manchester United. And when he start playing it, nobody should come and say he should change. This is not the way United plays. Don't sign him.
Yeah,
you understand? The fans. The fans should get ready. The fans should just get ready, because that is what happened with Amorim. You know that this is okay. They say we should not talk about Amorim.
Just say the last manager.
Come on.
That is what happened with the
brother.
Yeah,
that is what happened with the last manager. You understand? He has a certain style of play, and that's why we are blaming the board. It's not even really about the results, because you sacked him. Okay, yes. You need results to sustain whatever you are doing. He was not getting enough results to sustain what he was doing. We know that, but we understood that there is no backing. There's no backing. You understand? For somebody that wants to rebuild a decade of rubbish in that club, and it needs time. Now we are talking about time. Somebody said, give Carrick time. The time that you did not give to Amorim.
Yeah.
You understand? So my point is, any manager you're going to get, don't get a specialist. Enrique is a specialist. So if we can go for a vibes coach, maybe get a Zidane that we just look at the player. What can you guys do? Or you guys should go and play. Just get me the win, you know. And get a Zidane that he doesn't play a certain kind of way. You just look at the player. Okay, he plays to their strength. Maybe we'll get him. But if you're getting a Enrique, who again? Alonso, yes. That means you should not come and say, come and play what United. This is the kind of football we are playing. No, that means the club will conform to them, not them conforming to the club. So we should get that in the back of our head, because it's going to happen. If you want a top coach, that top coach will come and play his kind of football. So this is now our. We've done a series on United Way. Where's that Hamza? Go and watch it. Go to UKG's page. Scroll, you will see it. They go to United Talks page. It's on my page too. It's on first page. You will see we did a more than 2 hours video on talk about the DNA, the United Way. We talked about it very, very, very well. You know, you will hear how United Talks explain how even DNA used to mutate. Doesn't stay constant over time. You can't just come and saying this is football is moving. Football is moving. Now, before the defender have to be stagnant and stand one place. Now it's evolving. If you are stagnant one place, you have to be moving. You have to know how to pass the ball. Football is evolving, so we evolve with it. You can't come and say, also ask the question, do you maintain a counter-attacking in this present 2026?
No.
You know?
So, yeah.
So if we get a manager, if you get Luis Enrique, it's better we don't go for him, except we are ready to just forget about that United way. You understand? And we might see our favorite star boy on the bench. And I will keep saying that one.
No. There is no title. There is no title favorite. It's just a star boy.
He's our star boy.
Star boy. That's it.
He's not sharing it.
Why are you taking Bruno's title favorite? Bruno is the favorite, so the star boy. So anyway, let me land this: the United way versus whatever we're talking about. Let me just say this. All of us are in agreement that football has evolved. You look at Barcelona, the Barcelona that beat Juventus in the Champions League with Neymar, Suarez, and Messi. It's not the same sort of football Barcelona are playing right now. You look at Arsenal, they are no longer playing the football that they used to play under Arsene Wenger. And I haven't seen any Arsenal fan complaining about this is not the Arsenal way. City did not have a way. They did not have an identity. And they won 4 league titles in a row. Okay? So this United way, I like what United Talk said in our last debate. Not the last one,
the one,
way back.
2 months ago.
Yeah. It's a belief system. It's a belief system. It's more or less like these guys believe in a certain thing, so they set themselves aside from a certain group. So if United want to go for a United way kind of manager, then they should recruit, as Casey has said, Carrick. Fletcher, Scholes, Evra,
these ex-players,
Neville. Get all these ex-players, have them from the top, have them as CEOs, have them as director of football, have them as academy directors. Just take that bundle of ex-players, all of them, and put them in the club structure so that they can maintain that United way. Now, United fans have been speaking about the United way for long, and they haven't even realized the club itself is doing nothing to maintain the United way.
Away from the United way.
It has moved away from the United way. And it started when Ferguson left. From buying Galacticos, going for the likes of Di Maria, going for the likes of
Alexis
Sanchez,
going Sancho.
Yeah, Falcao. You know? Yeah. So when we are debating about the United way, is the club maintaining it? For example, Barcelona maintain it. Bayern is one of the good examples of how they maintain their way, their DNA. They have ex-players in those board positions. And they go for a manager that they know will play the way that suits Bayern Munich. But United haven't. They moved from Moyes. They went to Louis van Gaal. They went to Ole Gunnar. They went to Mourinho. They've been jumping around. They don't even have an identity themselves to know what sort of football to play. So when a manager comes in and we are telling the manager to play the United way, the club itself is not even telling the manager what is the United way. So we are expecting clouds. We're expecting rainfall clouds in a dry desert. It can't happen. It is a possibility, but it can't happen. So at the end of the day, when fans are discussing about Carrick, they are discussing about Enrique, they are discussing about this, what is important? Because I agree with one thing that Casey has said, and Fred has alluded to it. We only complain about the youth, we only complain about the United way when United are losing matches. But when United are winning, no one seems to complain about it. For me, it's just picking and choosing reasons to get someone sacked or not liking someone. We are picking and choosing. When Arsenal were finishing second, when they finished 8th, I didn't see Arsenal fans saying Arteta is not playing the Arsenal way. I did not see anyone saying the Aston Villa manager, what's his name?
Unai Emery. Unai Emery came on and he never played the Arsenal way, and he still coaches this day.
Yeah. So this United way, it's a belief system. And if they want to maintain it from the top. Right now, we have ex-City employees in the club. We have guys coming from Southampton, coming from West Ham, coming from Brighton. And then we are talking about the United way. So for me, United fans just need to focus on what is important. What is important is winning football. If they want to maintain the United way, then go for a manager that plays that attacking football. But you can't pick and choose. You say, oh, he plays attacking football, but he does not play the youth. Oh, he plays the youth, but he does not play attacking football. He does not play the United way. So whatever we get, that's what we will deal with. Because to me, the United way, the youth, all that was used as a stick to beat the previous manager. And it will be used as a stick to beat the next manager. Because the only way to maintain it is to then give Carrick all the money and tell him, you continue the United way. When Carrick leaves, probably Bruno will be a coach then, and he will be understanding the United way. Get Bruno back to become the coach. Continue the United way. Because United Talks, you remember me saying, guys quite often talk about Busby and Ferguson, but they don't know what happened in between.
10-year gap, bro.
Yeah.
They don't know what happened in between. They don't.
You know, just as you said, someone wanted to, I don't know whether they wanted to banter me or trigger me or tease me. They came and said I was reading the history. Bro, how do you get the history without reading it, right? And I talked about there was a gap between Busby's first time, Matt Busby's first time, his next time, and between Matt Busby and Sir Alex Ferguson. It's not like immediately after Matt Busby, then Sir Alex Ferguson. No. There were a couple managers who failed, right? Now, just as you said, just to kind of add to what you said, I changed my prompt again. And I said Luis Enrique's style of play versus the United way, right? The United way is a philosophy of, obviously, fast, direct football, attacking, youth integration, and never say die spirit. While Luis Enrique's style, so it has contrasted, shares the goal of attacking dominance. His approach is built on a structured possession and elite pressing, which some critics argue contrasts the more fluid, instinct-based transition of Man United. So there's already a contrast. The comparison is basically, with the United way, the primary focus is on entertainment and risk. While with Luis Enrique is more of control, pressing, intense possession-based, play tiki-taka 2.0 with an emphasis on winning the ball back immediately. That sounds like Pep Guardiola 2.0.
Yeah.
Because when you look at, like, if you want to know how Maina is going to play under Luis Enrique, go and watch how PSG play. In fact, PSG are going to play on Tuesday. Watch how they face Chelsea. That's how you will know how. Let me just give you simple tactical understanding of Luis Enrique's formation. Barcelona are playing a bit of it, a variation of it, but a mix with the German style. 4-3-3. That's Luis Enrique. That is why Manuel Ugarte did not thrive under Luis Enrique. And everybody in that 4-3-3 position, that 4-3-3 formation, runs like a mad dog. Do you know, Fabian Ruiz ran so much so that he had a hamstring injury, strapped his hamstring, and continued to run in the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Why is Dembele resilient? I mean, for the last 2 years, he was resilient. He rarely gets injuries. This year, he is now injured like Desiree Doué is doing well because he runs like a mad dog. In Enrique's formation, if you cannot run like a mad dog, you will be shipped out. And the Man United squad as it is right now, we need replacements in every position. To play in Enrique's formation or Enrique's style of play, you don't need 30-year-olds. You don't need 30-year-olds. We're talking 20-something. We're talking a 23-year-old João Neves playing like a matured player right now. Check all the players in the squad. Most of them make first team in their national team.
Yeah.
It is this season that Luis Enrique started embedding young players. That's when you see 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds playing. The first 2 seasons, the guy he focused on signing. The last piece to his puzzle was Kivicha. That was the last piece to his puzzle in that. And Kivicha presses like a demon. So the only player that I know, in fact, there are 2 players in my United that can press in that system: Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad. Those are the only 2. Maybe you can mention Cunha. Even Mbumo does not press the way Cunha, Bruno, and Ahmad press. Ahmad is a demonic presser. So, are we ready for that? Mo mentioned in the chat, I picked Mo's comments. I don't know, maybe you might see it. He said, the best ever manager we had was Louis van Gaal.
LVG, yeah, I saw it. Let me look for it.
Bro, do you remember what people were saying about LVG's football? It was boring. That was what
boring.
People were saying. Boring football. Possession-based, passing side to side. He said, if he's honest, Louis van Gaal. That's when I knew where his argument came from. And I've heard in some quarters, people say the best manager we've had is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But Ole won nothing. And Paul Scholes came out and bashed him. And even criticized Michael Carrick for staying on after Ole. Others say the best manager we've had is Jose Mourinho. If you think about it, technically, that's true. Because Mourinho won something even 5 years after we had not won anything. And he got us to second and third. Only got us to second and third, no doubt, in 3 seasons. So did Ten Hag. So, I mean, like, the only managers that have won trophies for Man United are Mourinho and Ten Hag and LVG, who won the FA Cup final.
The FA Cup, yeah.
So, like, what do we want as fans? Because this new manager we're going for, potentially, is a structured manager, a specialist manager, as Casey just said. He's more of control, he's more of positional play, he's more of verticality, and he's more of meritocracy, which means you must be worth it to be in that squad. So same players are going to be off.
As long as the star boy is playing,
that star boy,
we don't care.
That star boy,
he's 21. You said he likes young players. He's just star boy. Just 21.
He's 21.
He's 20.
20. He fits in.
By the time Enrique is coming, he'll be 21.
I mean, Vitinha was not playing in Wolves. Vitinha can play in PSG.
Maybe. Now, if you look at the back line, we look at the back. Let's just start from goalkeeping department. We are sorted. Trust me. Lamans, long term. Radek Vitek, long term. If you bring him back from Bristol City, he's good. In the middle, in the defense, center back, Maguire is definitely going to make that. He's definitely not going to make that Enrique system, because even Enrique recruited from Bournemouth, Zabani, and Zabani is still not meeting up to standard. It's Pacho that is doing the job. Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, those are the young guys he's going to use. Patrick Dogu is going to be our Nuno Menj, no doubt. He's going to be flying up and down. Right back, are you sure that Enrique is going to trust Dalot? We might need. Now, this back four I mentioned, we need one player each to replace. In the mid, Casemiro is already going. So we are very thin there. So we need at least 3 players. In the attack, we already have attackers, but we will still need like 2 pressing demons to add to it. So, like, we need replacement. Is this board? I'm not opposed to Enrique. Any manager that they bring to Man United, we'll back him. But will this board back the manager? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. True. Yeah, so good points there. Let me read a couple of comments, then now we jump on to the next topic. Let me start with this one. Sammy says, good evening, gentlemen. Big up, Sammy. Mo says, my opinion is that the club is rotten from the top. Unless we change the ownership, I don't believe we will be back to the glory days. That's my view. Content Kali, by the way. So Content Kali, by the way, Kali is like good content.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Mo.
Good content.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Big up, Mo. Casey reacts. I think you are picking comments from either, I think, your TikTok account.
Yeah. You said I should put it up.
Yeah. So Manhai says the intensity under Carrick is different from the one under the previous manager. We've been asked not to name the name.
He's left waiting to figure that out.
The club needs a serious overhaul. That is Sammy. From the sponsors, the Glazers and Ineos, and players should play for the badge. Well, players for the longest time have been playing for the contract, for the money.
True though.
Yeah,
true.
We have reports from the media that the star boy wants 200K a week. So that's the report we are getting.
Pay him.
Yeah, pay him. In fact, give him 500. Give him 500. He's playing well. Manhais goes on and says the intensity is different. I think I read that. More response to Sammy and says, no, the club needs a new ownership. I think he was saying the same thing.
Yeah. Vultures.
Yeah. He was saying the same thing.
He just said that. Same thing.
He just said, same thing. Paul Gadi, good to see you. You are saying, good evening to the great UKG family. Big up, Paul. You are saying, have no fear, guys. We have just exhausted the interim high. Perfect time to know if Carrick is there.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys context, my first match reaction to Michael Carrick's first game against Manchester City, right? I said manager bounce. That was what I just said. I felt it was a manager bounce. People came for me and said, "Why are you saying it's manager bounce? Carrick is the man and all." Now we're seeing it ourselves. Anyway, long may continue. I want him to win every game. He has failed in one. He must win every game to the end of the season.
Yeah. I want to see whether. Let me just change the settings a bit because Fred is being blocked by the comments. So Paul goes on to say that Carrick can keep us in top 4 this season. However, Carrick is not for the long term. So Paul Gadi says Carrick out at the end of the season. Just to put it simply.
Okay, you're still reading the comment. I think the problem with Carrick is, I mean, if you are playing one game and we are playing like this, so what will happen when we start playing Champions League? You know, so many games. And it's not even about, like I said, on paper, if you look on paper, you can say, yes, he's doing the job. I mean, just one loss is gotten us to third. But we are watching this football now, we are watching it with our eyes. We know what we are playing. It's not about statistics. We know what we are watching this game since Crystal Palace
against Fulham. Yeah. Did you see Fulham exposed us to the fullest? Fulham, third game under Michael Carrick. We were exposed. We almost lost that game. We were 2-0 up. Fulham exposed us that we can't handle 50 games a season. We cannot handle 50 games a season. This is the least number of games we have played in the last 30-something years. We can't handle 50 games a season. At this rate, with the board not backing Ruben Amorim, we're not even any cup. And yet, bro, it's tough.
United Talks. Did you watch my video after the Fulham game? I was with Casey.
Yeah.
Remember the comments, how I was bashed saying that the way we are playing is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Now guys are
you said it, and you even posted the short one on TikTok, and people were still bashing the comments.
Yeah. And now guys are starting to see it. Anyway, Mo is very, very angry with Amorim. He's very, very angry with Amorim. He says Amorim left the middle of the park wide open, just like Ten Hag. That football was dross. Even the football now is in great, but let's stop this revisionism on Amorim. We were getting cut through the middle, like we play no midfielders, but anyway, so as to move on. Well,
we're still getting caught till now.
We are still,
we're still getting caught till now.
Yeah,
bro, that's why I mentioned the Fulham game. Even before reading his comments, we were still getting ripped open. Fulham ripped us open and showed other teams how to beat us. It's just that Arsenal tried to play, and then we showed Arsenal how it's done. But guess what? From the intensity between Man United and Arsenal to Fulham, there's been a drop.
Yeah,
it's going down like this, bro.
Let's not even mention Newcastle that totally decimated.
No, Newcastle had 10 man down, and Jolinti was like 3 people. So there was like
alone in the midfield.
I don't know if you're in that chat, that WhatsApp group. Yeah, I said during the game, I said even Anthony Gordon himself is 2 players, considering that they are a man down. What did Anthony Gordon do a few minutes later? He drove the ball from the middle into our box to win a foul and got the penalty.
Yeah.
Wow. And they were a man down when they scored the pen. Think about it.
Yeah. Osam is saying, one thing I know is that the patience we don't want to have as fans, legends and clubs, we are going to settle for it at the end.
Simple as ABC.
Yeah.
That will be the end of the matter eventually.
We will now wait.
Yeah, and then he says Alex Ferguson started building the team that won the 92-93 Premier League in 1987, making major recruitments. It took him 6 years to build that team. Why can't we be patient? United Talks. I was with you in was it Osam's? Yes. You remember I gave also reference to Man City.
Yes. Yes.
Man City were bought in 2008.
Yes.
2008, they won their first title after the
11-12.
Yes, 11-12. That's when they won the title. How many years is that?
And the building is along the way. If you pick 1 or 2 trophies, that's a plus. But the most important thing is they were building. They had a Gael Clichy. They had a Sagna in that that game. They had
Kyle Walker,
Yaya Toure,
Yeah.
They had Nasri. They were building. They were picking Aguero from a young Aguero from Atletico. Just picking one or two. Silva, just picking one or two. Changing goalkeepers, Claudio Bravo and the rest. They were just Joe Hart dumped out. Claudio Bravo, even when he was crap, they just picking along the line, building a team and building it. Like I said, they copied the Barcelona model. Building a team, get a first. I mean, remember Zabaleta? Get a strong first team, and then transition from there. When Yaya Toure was in that team, people said Yaya Toure will never play under Pep. He played 2 seasons under Pep.
Yeah.
Oh man. The patience we don't want to have, and then we are targeting to win the Premier League in 2028. Never gonna happen, bro. Never gonna happen. Your 4-year project has been snapped at 14 months. It's never gonna happen, bro.
Osam also says Edin Dzeko. And then he says youth development. They can bring in prospects also. That's youth development. Well, according to Manchester United fans, it's not. Because when the star boy was not playing, they had an issue. But when Heaven and Euro are on the bench, they are okay.
No problem.
They don't have an
they don't have an issue.
I just for context here, again, the Everton game when we got the red card and we lost, Ruben Amorim made the man who shall not be named a starting lineup, and in the 56th minute made changes for all the first team. The rest were youth and goalkeepers and the rest. But yet he was being criticized for having 5 defenders on the field. Why did Michael Carrick take out 1 defender and have only 2 so that we can be attacking? But in the 61st minute, Michael Carrick brought on Manuel Ugarte and Dalot. When we needed speed and intensity, he left Ahmad on the bench until the 71st minute, bro. But nobody's calling that out. If it was a certain manager, they'll say, oh, he left attackers on the bench. He should have brought on Shea Lacy. I literally had an argument with somebody, and I asked, who should he have brought on considering this lineup? The person mentioned Shea Lacy, and I'm like, are you serious? Even the journalist mentioned that too, Jamie Jackson. I'm like, are you serious?
Another question would be, where is Shea Lacy since the last time he played?
He had an injury. He's been out for a whole month, and he had an injury, a calf injury, and he just got back into training. And I think Duncan Castles or somebody put Samuel Lacoste dropped it today saying he's back in training with the first team.
Who got 2 yellows and was subbed off?
That was him.
After playing 10 minutes.
So guys, you've been too harsh on Mo. He's saying he's new to the channel, but he didn't say we play like Fergie's time. I just said defending, counter-attacking style isn't good. Carrick is not the answer too. My point is we need modern football. So from what I see there, guys, it's like you've convinced Mo that Carrick is not the one. And Mo, welcome to the UKG platform. This is usually unfiltered. It's unfiltered. We don't hold back. In fact, it's just that we usually say that the stream is also allowed for under 18s to watch. So that's why we are not cussing.
So
that's why you are not cussing.
I knew you're going to go to this. UKG, I know you're going to go to. Okay, you know what? I'll wait till you get to this comment by Awesome. Then I'll explain it. Just keep going.
Yeah. Mob.
That's Mo. He's referring to
Mo. Yeah, Mo. The damage at the club is way beyond what you are seeing so far. He has things to fix on and off the pitch. The issues on the pitch is taking a gradual process to be fixed. I think he was referring to Amorim.
The previous comment.
Yeah. Osam then says, I've been watching and supporting Manchester United since 2003 season. There is no time. 9 can't wait for the team to be fixed and we start winning trophies.
He said there's no time. I can't wait for the team to be fixed. He was going to say I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The 9 and I actually closed the keyboard. You see how intelligent this man is. So I can't wait for the team to be fixed and we start winning trophies back to back.
United fan.
Bro. shout out to you, Awesome. Not to blow his trumpet and anything. This guy does not just talk about Man United. You don't see him talk so much, but he does so much research. He comes with facts. He does not come and just spit anything. He will say, in fact, there are some facts he states, and I'm like, bro, let me go and check, because maybe my knowledge is not up there yet. The guy would state stuff, and I'm like, that's true, bro. Like, shout out to you, Awesome, man. Shout out to you. He's always supporting everybody.
I think we should add him in the next big debate. We should definitely invite him. Awesome also says,
This is the comment.
We all see what's happening to Tottenham. If Manchester United board fails to make these managers look right decisions soon. Okay, I'm reading too fast.
Yeah.
We all see what's happening to Tottenham. If the Manchester United board fails to make these managers look right with the right decisions soon, we may be in that same position next season.
So this is the comment I wanted to react to. That I said I was waiting for you to get to. So he gave the Tottenham model as an example of Tottenham have been failing for the last, if I'm not mistaken, 8-9 years. They've been failing. The peak era, the peak period for them was under a certain Pochettino. Now, Pochettino got them to a Champions League final or something, and that was like everything for them. And he built a team, and he was struggling the next season because he was not being backed, and then they sacked him. Now they brought in Thomas Frank, obviously new manager, English manager, understands the English Premier League. Thomas Frank failed. They brought Ange before Thomas Frank, and Ange had 10 games where he was winning, and everybody was like, Ange is a new thing, Ange ball, and Ange was sacked. He got them the Europa League and then was sacked. And Ange has failed in the next 2 clubs he's coached, right? Then they now have a new Igor Tudor. Igor Tudor is not experienced. He's just experienced in Italy, does not understand the league. And they've made another decision, and they are going to have their third manager if their fourth manager in 3 seasons, or 2 seasons rather. Now, what is the Spurs way? What is the Spurs way? The Spurs way is was actually defined by Pochettino. If we're going to be who remembers a certain Martin Yol?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who remembers a certain Martin Yol at Spurs? He was playing good football. Remember a certain Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
No, was it Roy Hodgson? No.
Redknapp.
Playing good football at Spurs. Yeah. But do you know who defines Spurs' best era?
Redknapp.
No, Pochettino.
Pochettino defined Spurs best, but he still sacked him. Mourinho tried at Spurs, failed. Conte tried at Spurs, failed. Right? And now it now becomes a consistent succession of failures back and forth. And that's where we're heading right now, because this is our 4th manager in 2 years. Our 3rd manager in 1 season. That sounds like Spurs to me, though.
Yeah, it is. But I like this comment here. Let me read this comment. I like this comment. By the way, who's the star boy? Is it Ahmad or Kobe? You guys are talking about. Come on, Mo.
No. You don't act that.
Mo, catch up. Mo, catch up. See, you know what, Mo? You know what I'll tell you? Go check our TikTok channels, right? Like particularly check me. The last 4 videos I've released. Check the thumbnail. You know what we're talking about.
No, now Mo, you don't do that.
Yeah. Catch up.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Yeah. Anyway, Mo, homework to you.
Catch up.
Awesome is also being very frank here, because that I want us to answer this question, then we move to the next topic. The comments are done. Kick Carrick out at the end of the season with Timberland boots.
Carrick is actually protecting his CV. He told you guys, I can't qualify. I'm not promising Champions League. So anything he does now is like he overperformed or something like that.
Yeah,
his CV is intact.
But do you know that mid-table teams like Spurs and Fulham are targeting Michael Carrick?
Yeah. In fact, West Ham as well. Yeah. West Ham have actually wanted him.
Michael Carrick has coached at Middlesbrough, and Paul Scholes came out to say Michael Carrick has no experience. Like, are you serious?
Those guys are hustling for. Those guys are hustling for social media money.
No, shh. That's our next topic, guys. Just hold those thoughts.
Keep going.
Hold those thoughts. The last one. My view, even if you bring whatever manager without support of the board, it will reach at a time when no manager will want to come to Manchester United. They should be ready to offer support. You know what, Sammy? It's not. It will come a time. We are already there. It is here. Yeah, it is here. Enrique said no. Guys are talking about him, but he already said no. He's waiting for PSG's contract.
Yeah.
Nagelsmann is like, why is my name being mentioned with United? I'm not even interested with club football. It's just that I said I don't want to. I don't see myself continuing with Germany. Yeah, you look at the other names; they are pulling out. The list is narrowing. So we might end up just having Carrick as the permanent manager, which is now my next question. I'll start with Fred. Please, one statement. I'll start with Fred. We go to KC United talks. Please, one statement. Carrick in or out next season? Just one statement.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
That's a very difficult question. Honestly,
it's not a yes or no question. This is not a yes or no question.
It's just one statement. Choose wisely. Choose wisely.
Context is important.
Yes.
Consider the United way too.
Yeah. Next season, regardless of. Yeah. So let me give context. Regardless of whether Carrick gets top 4 or not.
No,
Carrick in or out.
Whether he gets top 4 or not, if there's a good manager out there that the board is willing to support, emphasis on willing to support, then Carrick should step down. Even if he makes top 4 or not, he should step down. That's it.
Casey?
Carrick should just go because initially I was like, okay, let's see. But the past 4 games, no, I've not been impressed. If we are like United Talk said, Fulham just gave everybody a paper on how to play Manchester United, but how to play Carrick, and everybody have been. If you notice, that's what everybody has been doing since. And this is like my most important factor is this is one game you are playing and the team is playing like this. So what happens when we are playing Champions League, Carling Cup, and so that's going to be a lot of trouble. He should just go. He should because of his career. Because Manchester United is a big club now. Everybody understands he's an interim. If he coaches and he's sacked, he might not even be able to coach championship team again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's more than one statement. United Talks. I'm timing you. One statement. Carrick in or out?
Carrick out. And
everyone is Carrick out. Okay.
If he's in, I'll still back him. But Carrick out. The reason is the team needs to be rebuilt, and we need a specialist manager who can rebuild this team and the patience of the fan base. But Carrick out, pretty much.
For me, it's Carrick in all the way. I said Call of Duty. Today I'm ready for blows. For me, I would keep him. Considering that we are looking at the next manager, the hunt for it. There is no much hope. I'm not seeing much hope in getting a manager that will come in and get the support from this board that they will want. We've highlighted Enrique. Nagelsmann is more or less like Enrique. And looking at this board, looking at how they would invest in that squad, having a new manager, then they will start having issues, and then the cycle repeats itself. They sack him, get another interim.
My question to you. because I could still go Carrick in. I could change my mind and say Carrick in based on these points that you've mentioned. Is he the right man? Because I think the board wants a yes man. They want a person that can listen to them. And Carrick is, I've said this on my channel, I've said it anywhere. Carrick is a manager I can back, right? But it's not about me backing him. It's about the board backing him.
Yeah.
Like Carrick played with players, coached players like Hayden Hackney and Latilat at Middlesbrough, and was able to do stuff with that team, albeit it's in the championship.
Yeah.
I think based on because that, which brings me to my question to you. Which other manager, apart from these two you've mentioned, Luis Enrique and Julian Nagelsmann, which other manager can actually coach this team?
The only other manager I can think of is Ancelotti, as Casey said. You just bring in Ancelotti, you tell them, okay, here's the starting 11. Here's the starting 11. Bruno, you are playing 10. Starboy, you are playing 6 or 8. Cunha, you are playing left wing.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. And then he tells them, go and play. And then when United concede, he does his eye.
This thing.
And then magic happens. United score 6. They were losing 3. They score 6. So in all seriousness, though, I get your question, and that's one thing I've been asking myself over the last couple of weeks. Because you look at the manager hunt, there's not so much hope in terms of getting the right guy. Because even us discussing here, most of us, I'm looking at the charts, I've listened to you, I've heard you. Guys are still not sure that Carrick is the guy. And all the managers you're mentioning, we don't think they are the right guy because of one factor, the board.
Facts.
That's the only thing. Carrick can succeed. You remember my TikTok on that. Carrick can succeed.
Yeah.
If and only if he's supported. Luis Enrique can succeed. Amorim would have succeeded. Ten Hag would have succeeded. Ole would have succeeded if they were backed. The issue is United fans are, let me use, you know me guys, I like using real life examples. United is like they make the ingredients to bake a cake. They put the cake in the oven, and then the cake is supposed to bake for like 90 minutes. Every 5 minutes, they are going to open to see whether it's done. Every 5 minutes, they are going back to the oven to check whether it's done. What eventually happens to the cake? It spoils. Or they are seeing the cake is not ready. They take it out. They start adding more ingredients, doing something, then they take it back. Because as you said, United Talks, we started was it a 3-year, 4-year project till 2028?
Yeah.
14 months in, it's gone.
Like
14 months in.
Issues. They couldn't.
It's gone. So for me, I would say I'd give Carrick a short-term deal. A short-term deal, like a 1-year deal, as we are sorting out this manager issue, because the World Cup is going to mess a lot of things. It's going to mess the manager search. It's going to mess player recruitment. Can you imagine now, let's say we get the manager late July after the World Cup. Let's say it's Ancelotti or Nagelsmann.
It becomes pointless.
It becomes pointless.
Because we World Cup, and Awesome said this on his channel. Shout out to you, Awesome. He said the World Cup ends 19 July. Premier League starts a month later, 23rd August.
Yeah.
What time do we have?
No time.
Because in that time, they will still be negotiating deals. They'll still be negotiating signings. That's why I said, if we were ambitious enough, we should have started negotiating some pre-contract agreements now. To show that we're a serious club. Not to be talking about... Now, I commented in the comments. Somebody mentioned Olympic Lyon coach is interested. Oh, De Zerbi. That's Marseille.
That's Marseille.
Okay.
De Zerbi, because Lyon coach is Paulo Fonseca.
Yeah.
Marseille, De Zerbi is a hothead. There's a Canadian star boy A Canadian star boy of Nigerian descent that played for De Zerbi and Marseille. The guy came late for training, did something and was not meeting up. De Zerbi shouted at him and told him to call his agent.
Yeah.
And that guy was moved. He's in Rennes right now. De Zerbi shouted at him and told him to call his agent. He's done. The brawl was shown on the internet.
Yeah.
A De Zerbi that is ruthless like that, do you think these Man United managers and Man United players will act, or do you think even like Jason Wilcox will agree with him?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Interference with the board, not even about the players, with the board.
De Zerbi wants control. He's been at the Premier League, so he knows he wants control. Brighton gave him that control. Olympique Marseille gave him that control. So these guys want a yes manager. If you're going for De Zerbi, be ready to deal with the baggage that De Zerbi comes with. You will enjoy the football, you'll be entertaining, you work with a lot of young players, but just be ready to deal with the baggage.
Yeah. De Zerbi calls out players and the media will deal with him.
Exactly.
As long as he doesn't mention the star boy, we're okay.
Star boy
we need to have a conversation of the modern club ownership where they are inserting themselves into decisions by the coach. Like Wilcox saying, I'm a coach at heart. When you're telling the coach, it's going to cause a serious issue. All coaches will not want to come to some certain clubs. Like Real Madrid or Manchester United. Yeah. Where the manager will say you're just a coach, you're not a manager of the club, you're just the coach. So that is another factor we need to take in. Will Luis Enrique, if he comes to Manchester United, or like we said now, De Zerbi, you can't come and control him. He needs to have the whole cast in his hand. Yeah. So I don't think that's another factor the coaches will consider before coming to Manchester United.
Yeah. Speaking of factors, one of the big ex-players.
Awesome. Calm down. Awesome. Calm down.
Says that Scholes is suffering from bipolar. So, Fred, what's going on?
Awesome is manifesting the Call of Duty on your shirt.
He's ready for blows. What's going on? Carrick is fighting with current players. He's now fighting with ex-players and ex-managers. What is going on, Fred?
Well, this has always been the issue with Manchester United. Our legends, our current players, the board, we are all in disarray. You remember the first statement I made? I said the name of our club is Manchester United, but we have the most divided fan base. But it's also the same thing with the most divided board, the most divided group of players, the most divided everything. Everything about Manchester United is not united. So it's always been like that. You hear Scholes commending somebody, and then you hear this other player, ex-player, bashing that same person. I don't know how it works. Yes. But then it's not the same thing for other. It's not the same thing for other clubs. Whenever Jamie Carragher has something bad to say against Liverpool, you will see him counting his words. He knows he wants to say it. He wants to bash at this manager, but he's careful while saying it. It's not for our own ex-players. Our ex-players, they will do the thing unfiltered. They don't care if he harms the morale of the players, if he harms the morale of the manager, if he harms everybody in Manchester United. They just say what they want to say, and it makes one even wonder: these people really Manchester United fans, or are they pundits like we know? Or because they claim to be ex-players, but they are doing more of punditry rather than being a fan of Manchester United and all that. So it's like that. I believe we have a divided ex-group of players. So let them continue with their garbage, but let them leave Manchester United out of it. They should just keep their baggage to themselves and leave us.
Yeah, I'm seeing Awesome saying, did you know Scholes dropped another bombshell yesterday? I'm trying to look for it. I'm trying to look for it.
He said Luis Van Gaal signed Rojo from Sporting because of his grandson. Oh my God.
Anyway. Now, Casey.
His grandson liked him on FIFA career mode. Oh my days.
It's crazy.
I think some of these players they enjoy the attention those comments and stuff, give them. Now they are legends, of course, but I think they enjoy it. Like, is it they enjoy it too much?
But I thought he stepped back from TV punditry to focus on his family, and he's been doing podcasts left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So
His son is having medical issues, so he decided to take time off punditry.
Yeah.
But he's dropping a podcast every other. Is it Wednesday? Is it Wednesday or Tuesdays?
Wow.
Carrick is your you played together, England and every other, and Man U, and you are saying such, I don't know. Like I said, I think they are rich, so I won't say they are chasing. If not Nigerians, I would say they are chasing internet money. But
you know what I think, and I think this issue, I'm going to be a bit xenophobic on this. Forgive me, guys.
Yeah.
I think I thought that this issue was only with Africans. Africans have a way of, when they see their brother or their friend succeed, they start having that jealousy, start having that spite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry?
Witchcrafts, village people will come up.
Exactly. So I thought as Africans, we are the only ones who are affected with that. But to me, it's clearly jealousy. It's clearly jealousy because United Talks, United Talks, you've just said all of them are failed managers. All of them are owners of a club. They failed with the club. The club is failing. And yet they speak about the club as if their own club is playing in the Premier League. It's winning trophies every other season. Yeah. You look at Wrexham, they are getting promotions back to back to back. Their own team, Salford, has nothing.
Wrexham gave, with minimal investment, gave Chelsea a run for their money. That Chelsea squad that played Wrexham, even with young players and everything, is 10 times Wrexham squad.
Yeah.
You see their stadium, very small. Just 2 celebrity superstar actors, Hollywood actors, bought the club. And they said, let's make history with this club. Yeah. And the club is in contention to come to the Premier League. That will be the story of the century if Wrexham makes it to the Premier League.
Yeah.
And we're talking, Salford has been there, crumbling, going up and down, signing players left and center, making stupid signings and sacking managers. And Wrexham
they're the ones to speak. Yeah. They're the ones to speak because you look at Evra. Patrice Evra has always been supportive of any manager who's been there. He's always come out to defend. And one thing I say before I pull you into this United Talks. As fans, as content creators as well, we give these people a lot of airtime. We give them a lot of free publicity. Like right now, we are talking about Scholes. What if all of us just decided to rubbish and ignore? He posts it and no one picks it up. What if that happened? They will not have a platform because they are doing that because they know they are going to have airtime. I think I was chatting with you, United Talks. I asked you, do you think Kobe's brother would have worn that T-shirt at Old Trafford if he knew he wouldn't get airtime? He wouldn't get highlighted on the media. He wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have. And would he have done it under Sir Alex Ferguson?
No.
Definitely not. And guess what? If he did it, the next day, Sir Alex Ferguson is selling him.
Yeah.
If he could do it to Pogba, Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy, and even Roy Keane, definitely the next day, Kobe Menu is getting sacked.
Yeah. So you look at these ex-players, they're just speaking trash because they want that airtime. They want to have guys going to their YouTube channels to watch it. Casey, you are saying they are rich, but I can tell you for a fact, most footballers go broke after they retire. Most footballers go broke. Because I was listening to a podcast of a player. Was it a Nigerian player or a Ghanaian player? He was giving a basketball player, that is, not really soccer. And he was calculating the math of how much money they get in the end. So he says he was getting, I think, $1 million or something like that. There are agent fees. I don't know what. The missus comes and wants a Gucci bag. He has to maintain car payments on his Lamborghini. So by the time the money is landing to his bank, he had like $86,000. I can't remember the amount, but it was less than $100,000. So these footballers, most of them, you find that they don't really invest their money well when they are playing. How many African footballers, guys, have we seen playing in Europe? They come back to Africa and they're broke.
Many.
How many?
Many.
So they have to do that because that's how they are getting their cash flow flowing. So United Talks, I don't know what to make of this, because I believe the only way to stop this rubbish is for us content creators, ITK accounts, guys on social media to stop talking about it. When they post, just ignore it.
Yeah, but then it's going to be good to do that. But then it's not just all on us, because the media puts it in our faces.
Yeah.
Now, why I said that is because Paul Scholes made a comment about the Newcastle game and just kind of screenshotted a dark screen on his Instagram and said he loved Tonali.
Snapchat.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he posted it on Instagram and people screenshotted it. And they started. So how the media amplified it is they're asking other ex-players to respond. Right?
Yeah.
Patrice Evra said, he believes that Paul Scholes' account was hacked because he expects more from him.
Yeah.
And then he slagged Evra. Maybe I'll just read, because while I was researching it, I saw the comment and it was trending on X. So we might boycott their comments without amplifying them. But then what happens when the other guys, the media, who are kind of like the enemy of Man United as he stands right now?
Yeah.
And because you look at why I said the media is because if you look at the post-Newcastle game, the questions they were asking Michael Carrick post-Newcastle, Michael Carrick could barely put his thoughts together to answer the question. All he kept repeating was, we lost. And it was not a good enough performance. Evra called out Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, and Gary Neville for what he sees as TV-driven negativity, mocking Scholes' quiet playing days and Neville's failed Valencia stint, where fans reportedly wanted paella, but got fish and chips. And then he also said, but got fish and chips. Now, the rule allowed United. He followed United's 2-1 defeat to Tema Newcastle on March 4th. And the loss, that was Michael Carrick's first loss. Mind you, that was Michael Carrick's first loss in 10 games after coaching Man United in 2 stints. Right? Now, Wayne Rooney also backed Carrick's efforts and slagged Paul Scholes. Not really, but said it seems that is unexpected from Paul Scholes. Right? Now, if these guys are coming against each other like that, then that tells you something. Rooney says, while most United legends genuinely want to see this club return to the glory days, he comes across, this is Paul Scholes, as someone chasing attention instead.
Yeah.
The constant criticism of players and even taking shots at his former teammate Michael Carrick feels unnecessary. And honestly, a bit disappointing. It's hard to understand why someone connected to the club would keep tearing it down rather than supporting its rebuild. Mind you, Wayne Rooney did not come from Man United Academy. He was bought from Everton.
Yeah.
Patrice Evra came from Monaco. He was bought after that Champions League final performance.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the club, right? He's talking about the club more than these guys are talking about the club more than the guys who came from the class of 92, that if you sit them down and ask them in a documentary, they would come and tell you stories of how they grew up. Have you ever seen David Beckham come out to criticize anybody?
No.
Exactly. So we might boycott these things, but there are some cloud chasers who want to dwell on negative context. And that is what I tagged a few months ago when I was doing some research on Man United as the crisis economy. That the media thrive on United in crisis. I'm sharing this stream on my channel, but you know what I put there? United chaos. That's it is a united chaos all along because it's absolutely disappointing to hear that even our ex-players are clashing heads with each other. Have you seen where Gary Neville and Roy Keane are arguing on the overlap? They can't seem to agree. They cannot seem to agree. And then they have a Jamie Carragher, who is the only Liverpool pundit that comes out and talks all things Liverpool. Support them, support the argument, and bash the. Meanwhile, Liverpool have lost more games than Man United this season. More games in all competition than Man United. So it's a problem. And we can do our best, our little best to educate. We can do our best to boycott, but the media also has its own.
Yeah. We've been here for more than 2 hours. So I want us to go to the next topic, the last topic of the day. One of the players that has been criticized by us, by the media, by everyone is someone called Casey. Should United keep Ugarte? Or should United sell Ugarte and go for 3 midfielders?
Oh, okay. Now this is where that planning comes in. Yeah, it depends on the kind of manager we are going to get. You understand? If you are if we are going to get a Luis Enrique, of course we're going to sell Ugarte. If he doesn't want him there, he won't want him here. Understand? So it depends on the kind of manager we are going to get. Even down to the signing, probably that's why we have not signed anybody. We want to first get a coach, then get the players that will be suited for what the coach wants to do. You understand? But Ugarte, all things being equal, let's say if you're not getting Luis Enrique, I should say keep Ugarte. I know I don't think he has not been living up to expectation, but I think if the media don't like you, if the media can, how will I say it?
They'll push a narrative to make everybody.
Can push a narrative like it will now. Yes, I'm not saying he's playing that good, but I'm sure he's playing more than a lot of English players that we're not hearing their name every other weekend. You understand? Yeah. But of course, he plays for Manchester United. That's the problem for him, and he's not playing so good. You know, that's also a problem for him. But I think that is more media driven. You know, sell him. It's more media driven. I mean, we were on a live, and somebody just said, "I just don't like Ugarte." It's not even about what he's playing on the field. It's not necessarily about what he's playing on the field. Somebody just said, "I don't like him." That's why if the other guy, no matter whether he plays bad, some people will still support him. You know, they will make an excuse for him. He has not been having enough games. That's why he has not been playing. You know,
the other guy for me.
He's just coming back from injury. That's why he's playing so bad. Because he needs a player that will unlock him. So I told them. So Ugarte doesn't need. So Ugarte does not need to be unlocked. It's only this guy that needs to be unlocked. So sign a player that will unlock Ugarte now. Why is it only this other guy that needs to be unlocked? Sign a player that will unlock Ugarte too. You understand? The same grace you extend to this player, extend it to the other player too. But if you ask me, except Luis Enrique is coming, because while I say Luis Enrique is, if I rejected you here, I'm going to reject you here too. If apart from that, Manchester United fans should know that football goes beyond the first 11. We could have players on the bench, and we are going to be playing Carling Cup, FA Cup. Injury can come in. You should need players that can come in, even if they don't give 100%. If they can give 50 of what the person that are replacing gives, it's okay. You understand? They don't need to give the whole 100%. If we get to Tonelli or whoever that will come in, and Ugarte can come, rotate the squad, is more than the first 11, more than first team. If you ask me, let him stay.
Okay. United talks. Manchester United have a very, very good defensive midfielder, an elite defensive midfielder based on the statistics. Manuel Ugarte, in terms of stats, per 90, Defensive metrics per 90. Tackles 5.06 per 90. He's in the 98th percentile. That's elite. That's elite. You look at interceptions, 1.5 per 90, 90th percentile. You look at tackles plus interceptions, it's 6.5. Basically, tackles 5.06, interceptions 1.5. He's elite tier. Ball recoveries and regains, he has a high volume. So these numbers show that he's the most active defensive midfielder, one of the most active defensive midfielders in Europe. I'm just reading my notes.
Yeah.
When we come to possession, his pass completion is mid-range. His passes attempted above average. And this is now comparing with the likes of Bruno, Casemiro, and Kobe. Progressive passing distance is in the 29th percentile. That's below. Progressive passes is low. Progressive carries, we know that he doesn't dribble a lot. But when he does, he actually showed he does it well. Attacking contribution, goals low, assists low, shot creation low, expected assists very low. So you look at the elite traits that Manuel Ugarte has is ball winning, defensive duels, tackling volume, press resistant in defensive zones. Average traits include short passing, retention under pressure. The weak traits are progressive passing, carrying the ball forward, and chance creation. My question to United Talks, what do Manchester United fans want from Manuel Ugarte?
Yeah, that's a very difficult question to answer. And I know why I said that. Because my United fans want Manuel Ugarte to be the Carlos Baleba. They want him to be the Elliot Anderson of these days. They want him to be that player that will grab the ball from the defense and run with it to the attack and create chances, right? There's no room for lapses. There's no room for he doesn't have confidence. And when you mention Manuel Ugarte, he's still 24. He can be shaped into whatever. He has not even hit his peak. He has never started to ascend. He can be shaped into whatever you want him to be shaped into. He has proven over years that he can be a reliable squad player.
Yeah.
Right. He has proven that he will not complain. You will not hear him make noise in the media. But guess what? When he goes back to Uruguay, he will play in a midfield pairing with Valverde. Uruguay.
Uruguay.
He
Sorry,
plays
Uruguay.
in a proper midfield pairing with Valverde. When he's being told to play as a centre back, he still plays that centre back role for Uruguay. So Manuel Ugarte is versatile. But do you know how you enjoy Manuel Ugarte? If you play more. The game against Fulham, the game against Brighton. Ugarte played with Casemiro in that mid. And he had a very high rating in that game, 7.0, over 7.0. And he had some good actions. Let me give you one shocking one-game stat. And I'm not using one game to judge Ugarte, but one game stat. Manuel Ugarte played from the 61st minute against Newcastle. And he played only 29 minutes. And in that 29 minutes, he had 5 defensive contributions. Kobe Menu played 71 minutes. And he had 6 defensive contributions. That tells you something. Now, how I rate a player who is defending properly, who has a good defensive contribution. I say how I rate a player who is doing well, especially in the midfield and in defense, is their defensive contributions. You read out some stats. I'm going to read out 25-26 Premier League stats. I did it usual Google search, right? Appearances, he had only 19. He started 7 in the Premier League. Minutes played, 793. Goals and assists, obviously, we don't expect him to have goals and assists. He's a defensive midfielder. Passing accuracy in the Premier League this season, 87%. Tackles won in all 19 games he's played, 18. That's like one tackle per match. Average fourth mob rating, 6.7. Does that speak to you as a bad player?
No.
Exactly. Right? Now, you see that sometimes it's all narrative. They just paint it. This is what Michael Carrick said about Manuel Ugarte. Despite his struggles, Michael Carrick has publicly praised Ugate's attitude and commitment in training. However, reports suggest that Manchester United are planning for significant overhaul on him. But I remember that press conference. He has a good attitude and he's very committed. You don't hear him come out and complain. If you watch when players walk into the training ground and everything, when they're interviewing, he's always very positive. He will not complain. That guy is 24. He still hasn't hit his peak. I wouldn't mind Emmanuel Ugarte in the midfield, at least for the next 1 year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him being in the squad for the next 1 year to set the standard. People might come out and say he's mediocre, he's this, he's that, but him being in the squad to set the standard, I wouldn't mind that at all. Why I say this is because I know that we need midfielders. But why sell off a midfielder that could potentially go on and hit his peak at 25, 26 and perform very well like we did with Scott McTominay, when we can mold him here, a new manager can come and mold him here, and then he is going to be a faster version of Casemiro, as Awesome just posted in the comments. A faster version of Casemiro. He's learning of Casemiro, and then if they bring other players around him that can complement him, athletic, fast, a certain Elliot Anderson in that team, then we can have the best of Manuel Ugarte. I'm telling you this for a fact. But guess what? The players, you mentioned Sandro Tonali, Casey, you mentioned Sandro Tonali. Sandro Tonali is actually not a defensive midfielder, but it is what it is. Elliot Anderson, not a defensive midfielder, is a CM, right? So you bring in a defensive midfielder that can compete with him for that position, and an athletic central midfielder that can cover the spaces that he's not covering. Trust me, we'll have a good squad depth in that midfield.
He will be unlocked.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Unlock him.
He will be unlocked. Yeah, one thing I know about United fans is they tend to be like a flag. They move, and I'm not saying all, most they move with the wind. It's like if the wind blows this way, they'll move this way. If the wind blows this way, they'll move this way. Casey, we've been with you basically the entire season. United Talks, Casey had to apologize because he was part of that wave that was following the flag.
Yeah.
Casey came on live and said, Cunha is not good. Why did we sign Cunha?
I saw that apology.
This is the fourth apology.
You saw the apology, United Talks.
I saw the apology on his page. Yeah.
I forced him live. I told him he owes Cunha an apology.
You know, I listened to someone tell me this same thing yesterday, and I didn't agree. How can you come and tell me Cunha was not good enough? Then you are measuring Cunha based on his goals and assists, and then you compare him with João Pedro.
Yeah,
João Pedro has scored 9 goals. Cunha has scored 9. João Pedro has played more games. Cunha has played less games. Make that make sense. Cunha has been good.
Yeah, Cunha has been good. So United fans tend to move with the wave. They tend to move. If the narrative, you remember yesterday also United Talks, I mentioned about hard mentality before I left the live. Yeah. United fans, a lot of them have the hard mentality. When they see the trending topic is Ugarte, it's like they start agreeing with a lot of people. They see a lot of people saying sell Ugarte, they also jump onto the bandwagon of selling.
Yeah.
If Ugarte plays, let's say, the remaining 9 games, or let's say out of the 9 games, 5 of them he plays as the starting 11 and has a 7-8 out of 10 performance, what do you think the wave will be? Don't sell him.
Don't sell him.
Yeah, you cannot sell him.
But do you know there's another narrative that will come out and say he's playing for contract? That's the next one that will come out to say.
Yes. You remember Scott McTominay, McFred. Yes. You remember McFred. I was among the guys who are saying sell McFred.
Yeah.
Right now I'm regretting saying it.
Exactly.
I'm regretting. Because imagine if we had Fred, not even McTominay, let's say Fred.
Yeah.
Fred would have been, and Fred was not yet at his prime.
Yeah.
Was not yet at his prime. You know, you look at even McTominay, he's now at his prime, and he's now playing the way we wanted him to play.
Bro is chilling, man. He's chilling. He's enjoying his time in Italy, man.
Yeah. So United fans have that tendency. So like right now, you might find 1 or 2 popular accounts went online and said, I'm having doubts with Carrick. The performances were not good. They are seeing it. They are seeing it in the Crystal Palace game, while some of us saw it in the Fulham game.
Bro, I saw it
4
in the Fulham
games
game.
before.
Bro,
Yeah.
I did a full 40-minute analysis on that Fulham game with video evidence and screenshots. I watched the game after everybody had watched it. So as I was watching each phase of play, I was taking screenshots. The spaces were glaring.
Yeah.
The intensity dropped. How can you go 2 goals up and concede 2 more goals and almost lost the game?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. So you find that when Carrick was winning, everyone he's the one, give him the job. Because a lot of people, basically the major accounts were saying, you see, Amorim was the problem, bring on Carrick. And then now after that one loss, when the big accounts and some journalists here and there start saying, he needs time, he needs support, probably he's not the one. Either way, he was here temporarily. Now, most of the United fans also shift. They start saying, you see, he's only here in an interim role. How do you expect him to perform with this squad? They start now changing the narrative. So similar with Ugarte and any other player that was there. You remember when Eden Heaven was starting now to play games consistently?
Yeah.
He started poorly.
Yeah.
Started poorly.
But people saw the potential. And they
People
were like,
saw the potential. Yeah.
This guy has it. He has a little bit of it. He has potential. He can prove it. But
yeah. We were with Casey watching the Crystal Palace game. The game before that, a lot of fans were complaining that Dalot needs to be rested. Dalot should not be playing for Manchester United. Dalot this, Dalot that. Casey and I were in that watch along, and both of us were saying, "Oh, Dalot actually needs to be
in that game, bro.
Pitch. Yeah,
the Newcastle game, we needed Dalot to start.
Yeah,
because the two Anthonys were having a field day against Luke Shaw and Mazraoui.
Yeah,
Anthony Elanga was dancing. My wife was watching the game with me, and I was dancing the way Elanga was. He was literally shaking his butt in front of Luke Shaw, bro. Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon and even the Harvey Barnes were pressing more on the right side, on our right side in Nuzai Mazraoui. We needed a Dalot that didn't need to worry about defending that much, but also going over Newcastle's press. Whether he crosses the ball or doesn't cross the ball, we've seen him be the best ability is availability.
Yeah,
that's the fact. We've seen him available when the club was decimated with injuries, and he's still being able to put up good performances. Against Everton, he had a very good performance, albeit we saw the lapses and the holes. But he will allow a player like Mbumo to not struggle to beat a player 1v1.
Yeah.
Because he's there. But Nuzai Mazraoui doesn't push up that much.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw doesn't push up that much because Luke Shaw will need to track back.
Yeah.
But Dalot has the license to push up. But nobody saw that. We needed speed. We needed pace. We needed that. But then you now bring him in at the 61st minute when the game is already almost lost.
Yeah. And you see, Osam says here we need Ugarte also to we needed Ugarte also to start against Newcastle alongside Casemiro, but the star boy must play as usual. It's the wave. I keep saying it's the wave. You remember also yesterday I was talking about how the media shapes United fans' thinking. Kobe has not been playing great. He's not been playing well.
Just to add to what you just said.
Yeah.
A United fan was triggered and fought with me online because I said Kobe Mino has had 4 bad games. He said, how can I say Kobe has had 4 bad games? You don't use that word, bad. But he's had 4 bad games.
Yeah.
Against Everton, he was struggling visibly.
Yes.
I showed with stats. You don't need to go too far. Just go to Fort Mob, check the game, check the player. You will see the heat map. It will tell you stories. How can a Kobe Mino, who is a CM, supposedly a box-to-box player, ball controller of the game and everything, not have a similar heat map to Bruno and Casemiro? Bruno and Casemiro, look at their hit map, put it side by side. Similar. Same areas where they had heat, more presence, and same areas where they had less presence. But look at Menu. It's all over the place and nowhere.
He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Bro, most times when Casemiro is marking a player, Bruno is marking a player, you see Menu in no man's land. I have so many screenshots to prove that.
That's this kind of football. So how will I say? Is it positioning or not knowing what to do without the ball or something like that? That's the way he moves, and he needs to work on that.
Newcastle game, I saw it from the beginning. I said this guy is leggy. He was jogging. He was a bit tired, maybe too rested, and we saw it from 4 games. Come on, man.
Like Casemiro. What Casemiro does is he tries to predict where you're going to pass or play,
and then intercept it.
Yes, but Menu doesn't know what to do except he passes the ball to him. Okay, that's okay. Let me move.
Should I shock you with another analysis I noticed during the Everton game and also the Newcastle game? More importantly, the Everton game and the game before, I think, the Crystal Palace game. I was taking screenshots as always. I was recording videos and all to actually analyze the game. I noticed something. Casemiro runs back from the attack, wins the ball back, comes into center back row, passes the ball back side to side. Menu didn't show himself. Menu was caught between 2 players. Then he tried to show himself in that center circle, around the edge of the center circle towards the right. Casemiro was going to pass the ball from the defense with a line-breaking pass. Do you know what Casemiro did? He was supposed to link play between him and Menu, but he bypassed Menu with the pass. Bypassed Menu several times and made a forward pass to Brand Bumo. Do you know how many touches Casemiro had in that game? 115. Menu had less than half of that.
Yeah. So it's the same case. It's the same case with Ugarte. Guys want Ugarte to do the Kobe Menu job. Guys want Ugarte to do the Bruno Fernandes job. That's not his job. And I like Awesome's assessment here. Casemiro will keep moving. Manuel Ugarte will be one of the will do the dirty job. Both Tonali and Joe Linton won't overrun our midfield anyhow. But whenever you say this, guys get triggered. It's the same thing. Yeah, you picked United Talks. You picked my assessment of Kobe and why I see him being fit at number 10.
I took that. I took that video just specifically because of the role.
Yeah, and you asked a very good question. Now, if next season Kobe vies for the same position as or fights for the same position as Bruno, is it not the same discussion you are going to have as last season? So
exactly.
So one of the things I was actually chatting with someone on that video, and I asked him, if United go and sign Tonali and let's say Elliot Anderson, do you think Kobe will start?
Bench. Bro, you don't need to say too much. Bench. People mention Adam Wharton, they mention Tonali, they mention Elliot Anderson. Sangare is Nottingham Forest is Nottingham Forest defensive midfielder. Elliot Anderson is a central midfielder. He is the Kobe Menu of that team, dictating play. In fact, he's the Kobe and Bruno combined. That guy, the way he runs around the field.
Yeah.
Then in Adam Wharton, it is actually Kamada that does the defensive job. Kamada does the defensive, and when he's subbed off, they bring on Hughes. Then they make Hughes the defensive guy. They make Kamada the central guy. So if we're talking about signing players, the 2 players have been mentioned the most. In fact, even Sandro Tonali in Newcastle. Sandro Tonali just started doing the defensive job in recent games because Bruno Guimaraes is injured.
Yeah.
So if you now come and bring a Sandro Tonali, Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, he still doesn't solve the problem. We need a defensive midfielder. And guess what? These are all replacements for Kobe Menu, same position. Elliot Anderson is actually a proper replacement for Bruno, whether we like it or not. Is the fact I've seen him play. I've watched too many games to actually come to this conclusion. He even wears the number 8. He does the same things. He's everywhere. He's tackling. He's winning balls. He's making long passes. He's shooting. We have a problem on our hands, and the earlier we accept the problem, the the better it will be for Man United fans. We are not saying Kobino is bad. We are not saying, we're not taking away his talent. We just want him to be better. We just want him to do better. We want him to even we want him to there's a certain guy in the Man United Academy. His name is Jim Thwaite.
Yeah.
That guy has a wand of a right foot. If that guy is big enough and good enough to play in the first team, it's still that same central midfield position he's going to take, not the defensive midfield. So that's the problem.
Yeah. Awesome says 75% of the fan base don't want us to sign Elliot Anderson and Tonali because of the star boy. Even Casey is mad. Casey is mad. He's like,
why are we going to sign players? Because no, we don't sign. Don't let me.
Starboy must play.
Yeah, you see, but I was in Kimi's live. And he asked me about my thoughts on midfield signings. I told him, don't be shocked if Manchester United sign only one midfielder.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked. They can just decide to go with a proper box-to-box and play Ugarte in that CDM role. They might decide to do that.
I will not be opposed to it at all.
Yeah, they might decide to do that. They might look at Kobe and say, Kobe can be fighting for the same position as the new box-to-box. But we are just going to spend 100 million on one. So it's either Elliot Anderson, Baleba, or Wharton, or whoever. But I'm only seeing them signing one. Don't be shocked.
That's a very huge one, though. Like, we need
I'm
three.
You,
we need three, and we're going for.
Yeah, I'm telling you, don't be shocked. This guy is going for, or they can go for one big name and someone who's in that range of 20, 30 million.
So maybe this is to you and Casey. 2 players. You have the opportunity to sign 2 players, a big name and a cheaper name. Who would you go for? In all the names we're linked with. Considering
personally, I'd go with. I still believe Baleba can be good.
Okay.
I'd still go with Baleba. I'll still go with Baleba as the cheap option, not the expensive option. Of course, we know Brighton will ask for more, but but if he's available for like 40, 50, why not? I'd go for Baleba because of his athleticism. He's still young. He hasn't even reached his prime. The expensive one, I'll go for Elliot Anderson. Similar to the points you are saying, like he's all over the pitch. He can tackle, he can dribble, he can have those through balls, he can score.
He can shoot. I'd go,
he can do everything. So I'd go for Anderson and Baleba. But a lot of guys are looking at Baleba's form.
Current form.
And their current form, and then they are saying, no. At the same time, I'm also worried about his mentality. If he comes to United, he needs to actually work on his mentality, because if being linked caused the downturn in form,
then the media,
and the media. So what if he comes to United and has bad games and then he starts facing that?
Scholes tweets something.
So those are my 2, Baleba and Anderson. Those are the ones I would go for. Those are the ones. Because those let me just finish this point and then Casey. Because those 2, you look at their heat maps, those guys cover every blade of grass.
I don't need to say much. You guys are saying, like, you see, that's why I like having conversations with people who read things deeper. I'm not reading things from a fan perspective. I'm reading things, I could give a fan perspective, but I'm also analytical. I just sometimes I look at what I look for in a good player in the midfield is heat maps and defensive contributions. These 2, once you score 90% in it, you've had a good game. If you don't score 90, forget about passing accuracy, because passing accuracy could be, I pass to you, pass back to me. I pass to you, pass back to me. We completed 30 passes out of 30. But if we're going to look at the details into passing, how many forward passes did you make? How many line-breaking passes did you make? How many chances did you create? But we're looking at just the regular, these 2 metrics, defensive contributions and your heat map. That's it.
Yeah.
There were games where Casemiro had 15 defensive contributions. Bruno had 11 defensive contributions. Then I looked at my star boy. My star boy had only 6. Like, So
Yeah,
Casey,
Casey.
Of course. Anderson. Yeah, Anderson and go for Gomez, Wolves, because as a
I like that guy.
as a
I like
cheap,
that guy.
that's
That's a good guy.
as a cheap
Yeah,
I like
option.
that guy, man.
that guy
As
is
a
good.
as a cheap
That guy
option.
is good.
So go for Gomez and Anderson. Because now, when we buy Anderson, the English will start an agenda of Manchester United and an all England midfield. So it will not, they will not tell us to get Cole Palmer. So it will not be an
I don't
all
want
England.
Kopama, please. I don't want
It will not be an all England midfield. It's sad.
Kopama
But
is all hype.
Anderson and Gomez. Anderson expensive, Gomez cheap.
Yeah, I'm not against. I'm not. You see these two names. Do you know I watched Forest? I've been following Forest game because of Anderson. I won't lie to you. I've been following Nottingham Forest games because of Anderson. And there was the last game they played. I just said on the chat WhatsApp group, I said, I want Anderson. Just give me Anderson. That's number one. There's this guy we're linked with for the last 3-4 years. He's the Schneider of our time. Ederson of Atalanta.
Ederson. Yeah.
The guy is 25 or thereabout, and he's mature. So it's like if you're looking for a cheap option,
yes.
there's him. There's also Ruben Neves. Premier League proven, Premier League experience. He's 27.
Yeah.
He can do that deep line playmaking defensive role. I'm not against that, because if you have him and have an Ugarte in that lineup, I mean, that covers. And then there was one I did a research on like 7 months ago. His name is Lucien Agume. Sevilla. That guy is good.
Yeah.
And he's cheaper. So, but if you say two, I love Gomez. I love João Gomez, man. He's so athletic, he's fast, he's 24, ripe age. But then that's also a central midfielder. That's the thing.
Yeah, you have to pick two. Now, I want to read some of the comments before we end it. It's been a real debate.
I love it.
Yeah. We'll be doing more of this. We'll try to have one or two every month.
Yeah.
So one of the players that I've also been looking at, I've actually just looking at the heat map as well, because he's a player that I've admired for some time. It's Ayo Tanaka, Fulham.
Oh, bro, I love that guy. Him and Anton Stark. Bro.
Yeah. Tanaka is also really good. So I wanted to look at the heat map to confirm, and I'm seeing spots everywhere on the pitch, mostly at the center. And Tanaka is
aggressive. He's quite aggressive.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. Tanaka is really good, and the lowest rating he's had in the games this season is a 6.3. And you see most of the games he's coming off the bench. And you look at the big games, for example, versus Chelsea, he had a rating of 7.3. Versus Aston Villa, he had a rating of 7.1. Versus Liverpool, he had a rating of 7.8.
And that Liverpool game, he didn't play so many minutes. Check the minutes played.
Yes. Versus Manchester United, he also came off the bench and he had a rating of 6.8.
Yeah.
6.9, sorry. So you look at those big teams, he's a pressure player. He can play under pressure. He can handle pressure, And I'm sure Fulham wouldn't sell Tanaka that expensive.
Leeds.
Leeds. Yeah, Leeds, sorry. Leeds wouldn't sell him that expensive. So
I looked at the last game he's played. Sorry to cut you. I looked at the last game he's played, 59 touches. But that heat map you mentioned, it's highly concentrated in defensive midfield role.
Yes.
Highly concentrated.
Yes.
He's all over, but the main place where he sees is the defensive midfield role. Yes. And he had 6 defensive contributions. But you also look at his touches. For someone to have one touch in the opposition box in 70 minutes, he was a defensive midfielder. This is against Norwich. He was like aerial duels won 3 of 3, 100%.
Yeah.
Recovery 5, dribbled past twice, interceptions 4, tackles 2. Like the guy is everywhere.
Yeah. And I'm also looking at his statistics per 90. He's close to Ugarte. And Ugarte, we've seen, he's regarded as an elite. For example, ball recoveries per 90, 2.3.
Wow.
Total duels won 1.5 per game. Ground duels won 1.1 per game. Successful dribbles, similar to Ugarte, 20%.
Exactly.
Tackles per game, 0.9. Basically, it's close to 1, similar to Ugarte. Ugarte had a 1.5. Clearances per game, 0.4. Dribbles passed per game, dribbles passed.
Yeah.
You remember that statistic that they like using with Van Dijk?
Van Dijk, yeah.
0.8, which is very low. He rarely gets dribbled past. Yeah. So let me read some of the comments. We also have some questions here. Tanjay, big up Tanjay. Tanjay is also a very, very good content creator. He has very good points when it comes to Manchester United.
Very articulated point.
Yeah, I was telling Casey the other day, I need to learn how to make short videos, because United Talks, what I've realized is a lot of guys miss the context on my short videos.
Yes. Do you know
if you read? Yeah.
Do you know how many short videos I make and how many go out? So if I make short videos for my long form videos, maybe I'll get like 10 videos and only like 2 will go out, because I don't want to miss the context. Right?
Yeah.
But then if I miss the context, that means I'm directing you to go watch the long form video, because that's the most important conversation is.
So what I've tried to do the past week is get the main point and then get where it started, the discussion started, and then merge the two.
Merge it together.
So that guys get the context. So Tanjay is asking, this was about our discussion about, I think Casey mentioned it. Some managers want to get certain players. So Manchester United might have to sign the manager first, then get the players, when we were discussing about that World Cup. Yeah. So Tanjay is asking, do you think getting the coach first is the right thing to do before signing players or a structure?
Casey, over to you first.
Okay. Like I said, it depends on the direction we want to go to. Now, I believe if the boards are really doing their job, I believe by now they've already approached whoever they want to, and get the person's maybe a gentleman's agreement or whatever, then they can start approaching players. Why I say we should get coach first before players is this. Now they are specialist coaches. You can't go and get a player. If we, like I said, if Enrique comes to Manchester United, Okate is not going to play for him. No matter what, no matter what will happen, Ugarte won't play for him.
Yeah.
You understand? So imagine you can buy a player like Ugarte, and you know that you are going to get this manager. That means you're just wasting money. You understand? So that's why I said, get the coach first, then you get the players. But if Manchester United have decided to start playing the United way, you understand? That means you can sign players, then you now look for a coach that can play the United way with the players. You understand? Hey, you now get the coach that can any kind of bring out the best from them. But if not, get the coach first, then get the players that will be there for the coach. And you have to work with the coach to get the players too. If you sign the coach will give you the list of players he wants to sign. Because if you get me in, I'll tell you, okay, I need so, I need so. Then you work with the coach, you get the players. If not, you sign the players, then make sure you are getting a coach that can manage those players. So that I don't want us to repeat the same issues that we had with Amorim. That I believe, like we were not there, but we all guessed, and that
agreed.
Promises were made to him.
Yeah.
Because this is what he has been playing. Promises were made to him. And probably some of those promises, it's not probably because he came out to say it here. He wants to sign the midfielder, and they're telling him that, so some of those promises were not delivered. And that was part of the reason why he started ranting, that caused the issue of his sack apart from the poor results. So I don't want us to repeat that thing again. I believe the board should have learned by now.
Yeah.
Okay, look at what we want to play. We want to play the 4-3-3 or whatever formation. Okay, who are the coaches that play this kind of football that we want to play? You have the list. You should be approaching them by now. Approaching them, get their consent or whatever. Then have a list of players that you want to, start looking at those players by now. Once the season is ending, you put pen to paper. Then you guys just get the players. Get the players.
True.
So don't waste money. We don't waste money.
Yeah.
In that way, we cannot excuse them for not signing in January. Because if eventually, if they can't get a rubbish player, we'll be like, why didn't you buy this guy in January? Why didn't you get this guy in January?
Yeah.
You understand?
True. Yeah. Now, United Talks, we only have 9 minutes now. So please be brief. Please be brief.
Yeah. So basically, for me, I feel like it still goes both ways. Just to kind of follow up with what Casey said, we need to know the direction that we're going. What's the direction we're going? I've been, while we're talking, I was looking at other players that mine were interested in that were mentioned. Hayden Hackney is one of Middlesbrough. Check his last game against Crystal Palace. His heat map is similar to that of Bruno's, and he's an attacking midfielder. He's just 23, so he's cheap. Can get and all of that. So what I'm saying is, what direction is the club going? Where are we looking to? What are we looking to do? Are we in a building phase again? Have we restarted the building process? Are we headed in the direction of we build now ahead of next season? That's ahead of 27-28 season, or we just want to win now? If we want to win now, then get the manager and then back him up with the players. So the manager needs to be on ground first, because any player we're signing needs to know who they are coming to play for. Right?
Yeah.
Cunha was signed because he knew he was coming to play for Ruben Amorim. Mbumo, same thing. Sheshko, same thing. So even Dogu was signed because he was coming to play for Ruben Amorim. So we need to know who we are signing, because by the time we know who we're signing, who the manager is going to be, then that manager will kind of, in a way, determine who we're signing, because the manager can easily plant a seed without actually saying anything in the ears of the player for them to agree. But if we go on to sign a player, and then the manager comes, and then the manager does not like the player, the way the player applies himself in training, then we have a problem. Then certain agreements that were signed will now become void, because it will now lead to what we had with managers ranting, and players like Licha Martinez having shouting matches with managers, and Kobe Menu, who hasn't started his career, having shouting matches with Ruben Amorim and all of that. We don't want that. We want a harmonized, unified team that would be able to play with each other. So I believe getting the manager first is right before getting the players. That's it.
True. Sammy says, my view is let the coach pair Ugarte with Casemiro. This is back to the Ugarte discussion. So pair Ugarte with Casemiro for various games, then we will see the real Ugarte.
I agree. Totally.
True.
He doesn't have rhythm. He has not gotten at game time. He's not match fit. So you bring him on and he runs in sprouts and a little bit of moments here. He does defensive work. He chases down. But how will he know his positional discipline at 24 when he's barely playing? You might say, oh, he's a professional player, but he's barely playing 793 minutes all season.
Yeah, you know what, United Talks and Casey, one thing that affects fans a lot, and I keep mentioning this, you've heard me mention this, is a lot of fans play video games.
Yeah.
They play FIFA, PES. They see, oh, this player's fitness is low, this player's fitness is green. Swap, and then they have they have 100% performance. They think that's how real life is. There's one thing you've mentioned, and I keep mentioning it: match fitness. There's usually the normal fitness, the training ground, you're running, no injuries. There's that fitness, but there's something that's called match fitness. I think
it also comes with mentality as well.
Yeah, mentality. Yeah. You have to match the rhythm, as well as guys need to understand that whenever a guy comes off the bench, they take some time to settle down the game. I've played sports before. I'm not
Oh
sure
yeah,
that you guys have played sports
yeah.
before. When you come off the
I've played, and I
bench,
still coach to this day. So
yes, yeah. When a player comes in, they need some time to settle down. You can't expect them to hit the road running. In fact, few players come from the bench and immediately match the tempo of the game.
Exactly. Only
Yeah.
how
many? Yeah. How many times have we seen even players? Gerrard himself came off the bench, got a red card in his final game, and was hooked off. You know, so it takes some time. The Monk Doll, big up Monk Doll. She's asking, who are we looking to offload for us to actually get those names? I think the Tanakas, the Elliot Andersons, Balebas, because she's saying we struggle selling. So who are we looking to offload to actually buy those names?
Well, Casemiro is going anyway, so we have space in that one. I think that's the only one. And we actually already had 3 spots left in the midfield, so we needed to refill those.
Yeah.
We were going to sign players, and then we sent a certain Toby Collier on loan, and he went and got injured because we thought we were going to sign a player, and we didn't sign. Then we brought him back, and then he got injured and couldn't go. Then he went to Hull. On his way to Hull, he got injured again. So he thought he had an extra man. So we actually need. We already have like 2 spots in the mid with Casemiro going. That makes it 3. So.
And United have not really replaced some of the names like Eriksen.
Yep. They've not replaced Eriksen. They've not replaced Fred. They've not replaced McTominay. They've not even replaced Michael Carrick. Just to tell you how recent.
Yeah, and then we look at certain profiles like Mason Mount, who are always injured. So I think if United are to offload some of the players that have seen multiple reports, is Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw might be offloaded. Of course, Harry
Licha needs to go. He's too injury prone. Mount needs to go.
Yeah. So I've seen reports of those 3, as well as we have to remember that there are certain players out on loan that are guaranteed to leave. Højlund is leaving. Rashford is leaving. Onana. Trabzonspor have said no. Trabzonspor have said no.
It triggered people when they saw the reports that Onana was going to come back to fight for his player. Like, what?
Yeah. But for me, if he comes back and is comfortable sitting on the bench for 1 year as we are looking to sell him, why not?
I heard Inter are interested anyway, so maybe he might go there.
Yeah, he might go back to Inter. Another name that I've heard that might be offloaded, and it's a shock. It's a huge shock, is Ahmad.
He better not. They better not try.
I saw some reports over the weekend. I was like, let me research. Of course, there are some journalists who try to get ahead. They are like tier 4. So I saw those reports. I was like, they want to sell Ahmad. And then when I looked at the amount, I was like, nah, these are just rumors. But I usually say whenever there are rumors,
there's smoke. There's fire.
Yeah. So another player, of course, United will offload is Alte Bandia. Alte Bandia will be offloaded.
Yeah. Even Tom Heaton will retire as well.
Tom Heaton will retire. The other player that I also had, if a club comes with good amount, they will sell, is the Star Boy.
They should not sell the Star Boy. It will trigger fans. They should not sell the Star Boy.
So remember those reports were there starting last year.
Yeah. I mean, even like there's still the contract conversation that he's still not signed. I also think that's part of what's making him not to play, because he's not sure whether he's here next season. So I mean, in as much as we want to criticize him, we also have to factor in the fact that he has not signed. So
he has not signed. Yeah, of course, Jadon Sancho, the contract is expiring.
Yeah,
So you look at not only sales, there are huge contracts that are expiring, and Manchester United are looking at around £20 million per year savings on salaries only. That's a huge amount, because you look at Rashford, 250, Sancho 275. Yeah, Maguire I think is at 180 or something like that. Casemiro is at 350.
Bro,
so they are making. So you look at those wages. it's also good money. It's also good money.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, it's been 3 hours, guys.
3 hours, bro.
3 hours. One of the longest debates we've ever had.
Yeah.
Casey is already leaving tomorrow. I'm already leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm behind.
Yesterday.
I'm absolutely still in yesterday, like literally almost 7 hours behind yesterday.
Yeah, you're still leaving
Oh,
yesterday.
my days.
Casey and I, Casey is already quarter way through the day, quarter way through Monday.
You're already Monday.
Yeah,
Bro,
Monday,
I'm behind.
yeah.
I'm still in Sunday here.
Yeah, I've also stepped into Monday, and we need to get some sleep because, of course, guys, we have day jobs. We have day jobs. This is not our. And that man there, DJ El Pablo United Talks podcast. I keep hearing the door opening and closing, so that means he's being told, "Hey."
actually, she stepped out, so she's told me I'm going out. So sometimes I'll just, give her signs and tell her, okay, I'll call you and stuff. But thank you guys, man. Like UKG has been an honor because every time I come here and have conversations with debates, I learn, but I also educate myself, right? Because I don't want to be that Man United fan that just comes out and talks about vibe and just vibe with the moment and move with the flag and all that. When I wanted to go into this content space, that was actually what I wanted to do. And that's why I associate myself with people that are level-headed when it comes to the analysis. We can rant here and there. That's why we're fans. But level-headed when we analyze. Look at Awesome in the chat. Look at Tanjay. These are guys that are kind of level-headed when they analyze and they put out point. They don't just talk out of nowhere. So one thing I commend Tanjay for is he asks very difficult questions. And when he asks you those questions, he wants to get an answer because he wants to learn. So
Yes. And no, it's not yesterday. On Saturday, I was on Awesome's live. And one thing I mentioned is United fans, whenever they need to argue, whenever United fans need to debate, please do your research.
Yeah, man.
Please. You remember me mentioning that?
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Please do research. There was someone, I don't want to mention the name.
Don't mention names. Don't worry. No mention of names.
They were trying to draw parallels from Ajax and United.
Ten Hag and
Yes. And actually, it just popped into my head some of the history, and I decided, as I'm talking, I was actually going through Google. Just to get the dates right. So please, as much as you're also seeing ITK accounts are those Twitter accounts that post news. When you see guys going to give their opinions. Like one of the things I said, actually, United Talks before you came in, there are a lot of reports saying that Carrick, basically a lot of guys posting that Carrick has reduced training intensity. It's false. He hasn't reduced intensity. No. If you read the report, it says he shortened the training time and increased intensity.
So that could be misread anyhow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually read that report. So I've been looking at those guys. I go and ask, where does it say that Carrick has reduced training intensity? No. Carrick only reduced the training time and increased intensity. Yes.
Yeah, man. But in the long term, it kind of measures it. Wow.
But you see, now one of the sticks that the fans are using is Carrick has reduced intensity because someone, based on their comprehension,
analyzed it,
yes, that's what they posted, and then everyone is running with it. So, guys, please, whenever you read those things, do not be quick to bash. The other day, we were with Casey, we were laughing off the video I made about Garnacho, which is the video I have most of the views on TikTok, actually.
Yeah.
And I said, we've watched Garnacho for 2 seasons. 2 seasons.
I guess I said the same thing you just said. Without even knowing where you're going to, but let's keep going. 2
seasons, so we know what he's all about. Garnacho will give you, Casey said 4-1, 4-1. Four bad games, one good game.
Yeah, facts, KC, facts.
You see, yeah. So I say that, but a lot of Chelsea fans, including some United fans, were like, "No, we shouldn't have sold him. He was a star boy." Blah blah blah. And then now, 6 months down the line, I came back and I asked, "How is it going with the boy?" Yeah.
He
So
thought
please,
he was
United,
that, but he's not there yet.
He's not there yet. So please, anyone who's listening to us on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, on UKG's platform, United Talks platform, one thing I like saying is, please don't get overly emotional when it comes to United and the news that's being pushed. Take some time to dig. Please dig and try to understand the point that is being put across. For example, criticizing Kobe does not mean we hate him.
Exactly.
Does not mean I hate him.
Even means we love him even more. That's what it means. It means we love him more. We want him even to do better.
Yeah, I've got xenophobic attacks, racist attacks just for saying Kobe did not play well versus Newcastle.
Oh man, that's bad.
You see, but actually, you even find guys not even understanding the whole point. They don't understand. So I've seen guys are even attacking one of the biggest content creators, Manchester United content creators, Mark Goldbridge.
Yeah.
And he has actually, when you listen to him, he has points. He has valid points. But because someone said, oh, he's a Forest fan or he does this, he might not say everything right, but at least how does the saying go?
Even he cannot say everything wrong.
Even a
he
broken
might not say
clock
everything right, but might not say everything wrong as well. So
yes, even there's that saying about a clock. I think a broken clock is right twice a day.
Right twice. Yeah, tells the time. Like tells the time right time. Tells the right time 2 times a day.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, follow guys like Casey Reacts, United Talks Podcast, Tanjay, Kimi, Fred. Bro. The reason that's why you see us as a group is because all of us try to drive sense to a lot of United fans. We try to drive sense. Like sometimes we rant. Casey and I rant a lot. We rant.
I started my own with a rant without even reading the room.
We rant. And at the end of the day, there are times I've been wrong and I come back the following day and I say I was overly emotional. My mantra has always been be calm, but I rant and I come back and I say that I was wrong. At the same time, it's no longer Manchester United. It's Manchester divided. It's Manchester United fans. We no longer support United. It's about fighting each other. It's like there are guys who are watching games wanting to lose so that they have a point, and there are guys who are watching games waiting for a win so that they have something to say. Instead of all of us, one thing that pisses me off, guys, sorry for my language, is United have a win. We all celebrate. You point out, like United Talks, you do analysis. You point out that these are the things we need to improve on or Carrick needs to improve on. Immediately, someone takes it as you're not happy that United won.
That you won. Yeah.
So, anyway, make sure you follow Casey Reacts, United Talks, Kimi, Tanjay, all of them. Make sure you follow them, Fred. So, gentlemen, 1 minute each. Final thoughts. Then we kill this. I used the bad word. Do not. Please, TikTok, do not cancel my channel for using that word. Let's end this show. Casey, let's start with Casey. Yeah.
Okay. Everything we are discussing is just because we love Manchester United, and in fact, UKG has said everything. If we talk about a player, I love Kobe Menu, but why I talk about him is because I believe the hype is too much, and then the hype is working against him actually, because you're not putting too much pressure on him to perform to meet up to the hype. You understand? That's why I talk about him. Somebody said, you people to stop criticizing Kobe Menu. I said, okay, no problem. I didn't say anything. Then the next match, he played well. He said, you will not praise him now that he played well. I said, but you told us to stop criticizing him last week. So if I don't criticize him last week, Why will I praise him this week? You understand? That's what I commented on the person's page, my friend. You understand? That's what I commented.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
just when you're watching Manchester United, just watch with an open heart. Know that we are in a phase. That's what most of you used to just want to win every. Know that we are in a phase. Watch it. Apply critical thinking when you are watching them. And don't be overly emotional. Don't be overly emotional when we are. If we had played well against Newcastle and lost, that's another conversation. But we didn't play well. There was no intensity. So when we talk about it, it's not like, you people are not happy that we lost. That's not what we are saying. You understand? But all in all, keep supporting Manchester United. Keep backing the manager. Keep praying for the club. We actually need more than we need prayers now. You understand? Keep praying for the club. Just support the club, and hopefully we get to next season. We'll start. By this time, at least we can be doing a watch along now. We play more games, have more times, come online, have more times to come live. You understand? Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, from my own end, I just believe that we should all be level-headed when we analyze games. We should not be too jumpy into making conclusions. And just like UKG and KC have just said, basically, especially with what UKG just said, do your research before you come online and say anything. Because if you come online and say anything without doing your research, it makes you look like you don't know what you're saying, and you're just moving with the wave. But if you come and you've researched and you've done a deep dive, that's why I usually have a lot of my videos are all about deep dives. Next you say, I'm doing a deep dive on this, I'm doing a deep dive on this. You don't need to do so much to search valuable material to be able to pass your point across. I might do a deep dive on something by just looking at stats, and I'll tell you, based on these stats, I can tell that this person did this and did that. And especially with the talk about Kobe Mainoo, and I've said this and I'll still say it again, the fact that we say Kobe Mainoo did not do this in a game does not mean that we don't like him. The fact that we say he did not do this in a game means he should do it. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. He did not cover the space, means he should cover the space. He didn't play with intensity, means he should play with intensity. We love him. For anybody who thinks maybe I've been watching Kobe Mainoo since 2021 in the academy. I said this guy is a Pogba regen, and I saw that in him. He used to wear black cleats then, black boots then, with his hair just a little bit rough. That was the Kobe, very lanky dude, but plays with style and energy and panache and stuff. Then for the manager, and from the manager's front, any manager you bring to this club, let's back him. The people we should hold accountable are the board, the people making the decisions at the club. And once we hold them accountable, I think this club will move forward. So yeah, back any manager you have that comes in, and then focus on being level-headed when you analyze. Even if you're not good at analysis, tactical analysis and stuff, but at least do some research. Find some comments that you can actually talk about so that you can actually find a balance. I'm not saying everybody should be the same, but I'm saying your opinion is respected. And in as much as we want to respect your opinion, respect ours as well, so that everybody can be united on the same front. That's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah. So thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for everyone who's been on TikTok chat. Sorry, the chats were so many I couldn't read them. This is why I keep asking you guys to come over to YouTube, because on YouTube I can't. It's easier to manage the chat. So make sure you also subscribe to KC Reacts, United Talks, Kimi, Fred, Tanjay, Awesome. All of them, they have good content, good balanced content, and see you guys. We need to rest.
Yeah, everybody needs to go get ready for their day jobs.
Both of us, the first two guys on the screen need to sleep.
Yeah.
The third guy needs to have his.
I need to go have my lunch, and it's already like past 5 here. So
yeah. Okay, gentlemen. See ya. Bye, guys.
All right.